So this is the outhouse that we completed 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago. So Jesse, you could see, sanded this side. There's still three more sides to go. Looks like this before. And not only does it make it look better, but I find that the stain really gets in there and it adheres to it more. We found this old window from one of these old trailers on the property, so we took that and we're gonna put that in there and just get this all finished.
We're using that Thompson's water seal timber oil and the pecan color, which turns out is the hardest one to find anywhere, which is the one we went with. So anytime we got to buy another can, with basically a special order. So that's kind of a pain, but we're almost done with it now. Like we'll never have to really restain this. The roof covers it so much that the weather doesn't actually get to it. So I think it's going to last a lifetime, hopefully.
Yeah, and for the varnish, we actually the varnish was really expensive, and for when we went to Home Depot, they were actually getting rid of that certain brand, so it was on sale for like 50% off. So we bought 4 or 5 big gallon containers of it.
Three. I think they're like 3 gallon
Oh,
tin
3 gallon.
containers, and
Yeah.
there it was the Minwax floor varnish. So it's highly durable stuff. It's meant for floors and high traffic and stuff like that. So we bought like a bunch of those and 3 or 4 3 gallons of those, and we've been using it on different things ever since. So we put the timber oil on the cabin. Well, Christine did all the staining actually. I sanded this whole cabin with the grinder and the sander disc, like you're gonna see me using on the outhouse, which was a massive job. The whole cabin inside and out. But it took us a few years to build it, so by the time the roof was over it, the logs were all dark and tinged and weathered. So it basically brought it right back to life, and it took a lot of work to sand it all, but it was well worth it. Now you can see the final product is nice and it's a nice bright color. Uh, so Christine, after I sanded it all, Christine stained and varnished the entire cabin, which was also a massive job. And now we're going to be doing it again, but at least it's on a much smaller scale now on our
Yeah, I
outhouse.
feel like this will take us like an hour to stain. It won't take
Yeah,
long at all.
it's going to take me a few hours just to sand it, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, and you could see on the railing there, that's where we didn't sand,
Yeah,
and that's where it's peeling all off
we
now.
kind of
So,
just threw that railing together.
yeah,
It's not
'cause we
really
didn't want people to like fall and
yeah, it was
break
just like
their
a
leg or something.
yeah, exactly. It was, this is a pretty substantial drop here, so if someone were to fall off there, you could get hurt. So so the whole cabin's made out of white spruce, and the railing is actually the only thing that's different. It's made out of cedar, so we just peeled the bark off of it and slapped it all together, and didn't sand it before we put on the finish on it. And you can see it's peeling off, so we'll eventually have to do something about that, but it's not too urgent right now. I mean, there's other things too, like the stairs and stuff like that. That
Mm-hmm.
also needs to be finished. I gotta
There's
probably put another coat of tar on the base log there to, clean that up and keep it preserved. But with a cabin like this, it's all wood. It's just there's a lot of upkeep. You have to definitely be on top of it. And there's been a couple of years of, I'm not gonna say neglect, but I mean, we just haven't been putting the energy into it that we were initially hoping. So now we're trying to get all these things done and hopefully make some headway on it.
Okay, so Jesse's just finishing up the last wall of the outhouse. kudos to him. That is such a hard job. So now I'm gonna start staining the first wall that he sanded. We are using the Thompson timber oil in the pecan stain. This is what we used for the cabin itself. So we want to keep everything the same, matching. So that's what that's the next step. We're gonna stain and varnish, and then tomorrow we can shake. Hey everyone, this is day 2 of finishing our log outhouse. So yesterday we did a lot more work than we anticipated we would actually get done.
Yeah, I got all the sanding done, and then Christine got all the staining done. So as you can see behind us, it's looking a lot better than it was. And now today I'm gonna start by installing the front window. And
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll start varnishing.
yeah,
For the cabin, it took 2 coats, so I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing. It's nice and warm today, so hopefully it'll dry quickly and then we can start the chinking process.
yeah, so lots more to do, so let's get to it. I'm framing in this window. We got it out of an old modular home, like a trailer. And like I didn't have when I framed this window opening in, I didn't have a window for it at that point, and I just figured we were going to use plexiglass till I found out how expensive that stuff was. So then it's just had plastic over it for a couple of years now. And on our new property, there's an old abandoned trailer that we have to basically tear down soon, within a year or so. It's just a storage trailer right now, but this was one of the windows in it, and I was looking at it one day and said, that almost looks like exactly the right size. So, and it turns out that just so happens it is almost the right size. I got to just frame a little bit in around it, but the height is almost perfect, and I think it's going to work just fine for what we're doing here. So that's going to get installed in here right now.
So I just got back from my paddleboard ride and Jesse finished putting in the window. People may ask why the window is so big, but who doesn't want a view when they take a number 2? And that's the view. It's the lake.
Almost like the right size.
I know. For free.
Yeah. I didn't have that idea the night before we were coming out here. I didn't think we were going to be putting a window in, but it's done now.
Looks good.
I cut out the toilet seat a little bit further back. I cut the hole a bit further back so that the seat can be positioned a little further back. It'll be more comfortable that way. And we're moving right along.
Okay, dinner for night 2. We are doing some roasted potatoes and carrots with some fresh thyme, some butter, a bunch of seasoning. Just gonna put that on the fire. And then we got some pork tenderloin here as well that we're gonna put on the fire. Guys, dinner is pretty much finished. So we're gonna put on a movie, go to bed. Yep. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, so we're heading back to the cabin to finish the outhouse job. So last week we didn't get to finish the chinking, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're just gonna take a day trip out, get this chinking job finished. We couldn't do it last time because one, it was raining, and we actually were missing a piece of the chinking gun.
Yeah, the end cap, I accidentally lost it at some point. So that goes on to the end of our chinking gun, so we wouldn't have been able to do it no matter what last time.
Yeah, so now that we have that, we're going to be able to finish the chinking, and the outhouse will be completely finished and ready for us to enjoy some winter activities out there.
Yeah.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out.
So just gonna start a quick fire in the cabin, just so when we do take a break, we'll be nice and warm. So this is the outhouse with the coat of stain and 2 coats of varnish and the new window put in. As you can see, have those gaps all in between the logs that will be filled with chinking.
All right, we're using perma-chink to do all the chinking on our outhouse here. It's a super good product. We used it on the main cabin, and it's held up really well. So we're gonna get this popped open.
We got it in the color called sandstone.
Yeah.
So it's not really white, it's, you know, like that sandy beach color, which I think looks good.
Okay. I'm not the best at siliconing or anything like that, so this is all gonna get smoothed out with a brush.
So as Jesse finishes putting in the chinking, I'm just gonna smooth it out with a ret foam brush just to get it nice and smooth. So we're just finishing the last wall. Jesse's just using the gun, and then I'm going over. I actually found that it's better to smooth it out without water. We learned that from another video, but for me personally, it just works better to just use a dry foam brush. It's less messy, I find. So we're just gonna finish this last wall, and then we're done with the outhouse.
So we're pretty much finished chinking on the outhouse. Took one whole pail for this building, which is about 6 feet wide, 6 feet, like 6 by 6 wide, and 8 to 7 feet tall. So one pail did all of this, minus a little bit.